Morning everybody, Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Got another shave a day, and today we're going to be using Stirling's Waves of Grain. Yep. Let me see. There you go. It's flat now. You definitely get the citrus coming across the top. It's got floral, which I had to look it up, but it definitely is lavender in there, and a peony. It's like now that it's like a red, it's like, oh yeah, that's peony. So if you like the smell of peonies and lavender, yeah, this would be for you. It's like when they say waves of grain, I'm just thinking they should have put some vetiver in here to give it more of a grassy note. Because I'm thinking, my brain is thinking, because growing up on a farm and taking care of, it's like oats and wheat and all that stuff, harvesting it, and like I have this image of what grain smells like, and it's like when you got it going into the bin and you smell it, is it dry? And it's like, it's not there. It needs vetiver, like something to give it kind of that note that I'm expecting. But overall, it's not too bad. And we'll use a little bit of then we got the matching splash to go with it. Then we're going to use the 1960 Gillette Fatboy with, get back in there, some Gillette Wilkinson sword blades in the Saloon pack, 1960. This was my dad's razor. So since I'm using my dad's razor, today, a little bit of update what's going on with him. All right. So, how's your day going? It's like my burnt face is slowly fading. It's gonna take a while. It's like you spend enough time outside, you get barbecued. It's like, nah. 10 days of roasting. It's like, hopefully the weather here is gonna change. We've been having this atrocious hot weather where heat index is up as high as 123 degrees. So if you go outside, your brain melts. It was like on the last day of the fair, on the last Sunday, it was, I think the heat index was 123. And then the Monday, it was like each day it was ranging up to 120, between 115 and 120 was the heat index. Which, you hear the 120 and 123, it's not the actual temperature. My friend was like, it's not that hot. It's never, 108 was the most it's ever been record in Iowa. I was like, well, yeah, 108 degrees. That's pretty warm. 1983, that was a suck-ass year too when it comes to heat. But, you know what? Yeah, it is in there. It's like, okay, I double check, see if I got the blade in there, but I do. So heat index is where you combine the humidity with the actual heat, and it creates the feel-like temperature. That's the heat index. Air that you can wear, basically. So right now it's like 95 degrees with, I think it was 78% humidity. So, hey, it's not so bad today. Yeah. It still sucks. I wanted to go on a motorcycle ride today, but it's hard to get motivated when you put your gear on and you feel like you're wrapped in saran wrap. But, okay, I was going to give an update on my dad. Some of you that are members of, that are friends with me on Facebook have seen that my dad's in the hospital. He's been in the hospital off and on. He's currently, let's see, he's been in the hospital now for 3-4 weeks now. 4 weeks straight. Almost 2 months ago, went into the hospital for a procedure and get some stents put in. He's got clogged arteries and stuff. So. They put that in. He got a cellulitis in his foot due to he had a cut on his foot and got infection. Which, hey, you live on a farmstead, you never know where you're going to get something to infect you. So you're around livestock or whatever it may be. My dad's 83 and they've still got animals. I keep telling him, like, get rid of the damn things. Relax. Enjoy your retirement. My mom looks at her animals as pets, so she won't get rid of them. And she's 80, it's like, come on. Still mobile, but my dad, he just can't do it anymore. But, so he got infection in his foot. They pumped him full of antibiotics to take care of it. And so I was like running up to the Mayo Hospital, which is a four, depending on how many stops I make, but about 4.5 hours. So I was making a trip up there at least once a week to go see him. Now I gotta make another trip since the fair is over. But the infection just kept getting worse. They sent him home. They thought they had it taken care of, and then it got worse again. So they put him back in, pumped it full of antibiotics, and they sent him back home again. They'd send him in for like 3-4 days and thinking that it was taken care of, and then it just got really worse, and his foot just swelled up like a pumpkin. And they realized that the infection went into his bone in his toe, his big toe on his left foot. So they made the decision to amputate his big toe on his left foot. If they had just kept him in the entire time and pumped him full of antibiotics to see what kind of infection it had, they could have taken care of it. And he wouldn't have to. But as a result of them just wanting to boot you out the door, lost his toe, big toe, and the bone right behind it. And guess what they did? They took it, and then they sent him home again. Yeah. So you see where this is going. His foot swelled up again, extreme bad infection. So they sent him back to the hospital, and I was there. I went up there, and it's all right. He went into the hospital that night. I was there in the morning. And the doctor comes in. Well, we'll get you on a new regimen, and we'll get this take cleared up, and then we'll be able to get you home. And I just laid into the doctor, and I said, "The hell you are." I use some colorful metaphors, but because I'm sick and tired of this BS. You just going in and doing a little bit, and then send him home in a haphazard way. You sending him home constantly cost him part of his foot. And I know it's like he can't afford to lose his whole foot, because that's the next step. You know, it's like you're just gonna chop parts off until you're tired of this. And I was like, no, you're keeping him. You will keep him until it's not. And my dad is sitting there listening to me talk to him. It's like when the doctor's like no. Like, no. It's like, as a family member, man, a person understands science a bit. And it's like he's trying to, like just threw his words right back at him because you're not talking to an idiot here. And he said, okay. And then my dad chimed in and says, yeah, I think we better listen to what he has to say. I think we better just stay here until we get this figured out. And I was like, well, okay. And the assistant doctor comes in a little bit later and he goes, you know what? I'm going to order a whole battery of tests on you to figure out what infection you have. And then once we get that figured out, then we'll just pinpoint what type of antibiotic. Because right now we're just doing the cocktailing in. And we can figure out which one will actually get this job done. So they did that. And by this time, the fair had started when we got the results back, and they said, okay, we're going to keep him, but we're going to they sent him over to the hospital where they do rehabilitation for the military over at Sparta, over at Fort McCoy, Wisconsin. That's where they sent it, to rehabilitate him and get him squared away. So, yeah. It's like when the kids that we're all in the military and everything, we're like, no, you're not going to screw around anymore. We're tired of this crap. So it worked out. So he's still up there. It's just the worst thing about it is that even that you always hear about how well things that the Mayo Clinic and hospital does is that, you know, they're on the ball. Well, they're on the ball for specialist styles things, but when it comes to just your average everyday stuff like this, they seem to just like, oh, in and out, get you out the door. Well, that's the update on my dad. Which I need a day or so here. I need to run up and do a visit, see how he's doing. One thing you talk to him on the phone, another when you actually in person, which is kind of interesting. Is that it's like night and day. You're sitting in there with your dad and chatting with him and talking about life things that he did when he was a kid and teenager, and having good man-to-man conversations about things. And the nurses would come in, he'd flirt with the nurses. Oh, it was hilarious. And he's like, "You're so incorrigible." "Yes, darling, I am." I just laugh. And now my mom would sometimes he'd be there and my mom would show up, and it was just like night and day. My dad's acting, pretty good spirits, and all of a sudden my mom will walk in and he's like, "Oh, life sucks." And I'm like, I see, your mom is sucking the life right out of dad. It's like his whole demeanor changes 180. The old thing is just one of the boys until, well, the ball and chain shows up. I would say a lot of the floral aspect has disappeared. Citrus, there is the muskiness, I think. You get some muskiness. But the nice thing about Stirling, it does have some good slickness. That is for sure. Residual slickness. Dripping water on the floor. Yeah, need a little bit more. And I say it all. Last night, about 2 a.m., I was like feeling like crap. Checked my blood sugar. It was like 250. Like, oh no. No wonder I'm feeling like crap. Didn't eat hardly anything. They got me on a new drug. I'll be taking my 4th shot of it. I'm taking Ozempic, this new stuff. Let me tell you. It's like I'm non-stop. Stomach is upset all the time. Queasy. Not hungry. And then it's like, you see the commercials for it on TV. It's like, users have been known to lose up to 15 pounds. Yeah, there's a reason. You're no longer hungry. You feel like feel like when you got a low grade flu or something and you're sick. Your stomach is tossing and turning. That's kind of how that feels. And my friend's on it too. Lives down in Kansas. And we chatted about it. He's like, he was on it for he's on his 3rd month, I think. And he said, yeah, it gets kind of better. It's like, I'm like you. It's like when I first started using it, it was like, I felt like I ate a balloon and they blew it up in my stomach. And I'm like, I can't eat anything. I'm just full. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. That's how I feel. But I've lost 10 pounds. It's like, I gained 15 pounds. We went on a Alaskan cruise, and I gained 15 pounds during the cruise because all they did was just like, the whole family, they just like, hey, we got a free meal. Let's go down to the dining area and eat. I'm like, God, you guys eat too much. Well, they're all overweight, and it's like when you go in, it's like you feel like you're at the hog at the feed trough. So, yeah. Step on the scale now, and I was like, wow. I was like 187. I was like, holy crap. If I get down to 180, I'd be really happy. It's like, I'll be all right. Knock some weight off. Don't know how much of that is muscle loss because, I didn't do hardly any workouts during the fair because I was just like outside all the time. But oh, there we go. A little bit of amber or waves of grain. Yeah, this smells a lot different than so definitely got a muskiness to it. Kind of a greenish, musky aspect. And you smell a little bit of cedar, but it's not cedar, but citrus. So interesting. It's not unpleasant. Yeah, almost has almost a fruity note to it. But at the rate I'm going, I might just waste away before the cameras. You just see the difference. Go look at a video from a month ago and then come back and look at this one. You can see there's a difference. I can see it right in my face already. I'm starting to lose kind of that puffiness. All right, shave the day. Brought to you by Chuck's Shaving Channel. There we go. Thanks, Chuck. Oh, speaking of it, if you look at the affiliate links down below, if you get something from the razor company, click on it. Get a little kickback, and when I reach $25, I'll do a giveaway. So somebody's going to get. I don't keep it. It's going to go to you guys. All right, so Waves of Grain by Stirling. Not bad. Not bad at all.
And then we had a Saloon pack, the Wilkinson Saloon pack with the 1960 Gillette Fatboy, which is my dad's razor. Followed up with some Stirling Splash. There you go. That's the shave of the day, everybody. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.